Hello and welcome. This is a special video about our December challenge that we're going to start on this channel on the 1st of December. And the challenge is about becoming the person that we want to become so that we can get our desires by the new year. So what the challenge is about, it's going to be a mental diet / mental focus challenge where we train our mind and where we train ourselves to actually become the person that we want to become, to saturate ourselves into the new state, into our desired state, and to actually train ourselves to gain a new habit of keeping a good mental diet, keeping a clean mental diet, keeping our focus on our desire so that we can have it by the new year, or if not by the new year, soon afterwards. So here's what I want you to do. First of all, I want you to pick one desire. Now, it could be more than one desire if you really want. I prefer for it to be one desire so that we can keep it more focused. But if you really want to try and manifest more than one desires, that's completely up to you. So you pick your desire and you take a little time. If you're not already very clear on what exactly you want to see manifested in these 30 days, in this 1 month, you take a little time to actually become very clear on what it is that you want to see in your 3D reality by the new year. Once you have done that, I want you to start saturating yourself into the feeling of already being that person who is who you want to be or who has what you want to have. And how do you do that? You are going to have to pick the method that resonates best with you. You can do affirmations, you can do inner conversations, you can do scripting, you can do visualizing, you can do meditating, you can do a combination of the above. What I really suggest for this challenge is that you keep it as focused as possible so that you don't go super general. You actually pick one thing that you want to see manifested. And you keep your focus on all your affirmations, your inner conversations, your visuals, whatever it is that you're doing on that one thing, two things from that desire. And whatever method or combination of methods you pick, I want you to commit to doing those methods 2 to 3 times a day. You want to visualize, you want to affirm, you want to have an inner conversation, you want to script, whatever you want to do, it is whatever feels most natural to you and whatever makes it easiest for you to get into the wishful field, to feel saturated with your desire as if you already have it and you want to start getting into the feeling of it. Do it until you start feeling yourself being saturated to that feeling of already being that person, already having that desire. So do it until you start feeling saturated with the feeling of having your desire, of being who you want to be, having what you want to have, okay? So once you complete that session, I want you to try and carry that feeling along with you as you go on with your day. I don't want that feeling to stop into the session. Try to carry it with you, to take it with you. You go to work, you're doing your daily errands, you are going to pick up your kid from school, or you're going out with a friend. Whatever it is that you're doing, try to carry that feeling along with you. And as I said, repeat it twice a day or 3 times a day, just for a few minutes each time, and do that every day in December. So for at least 30 days, I want you to do that twice a day or 3 times a day, if possible. Just for a few minutes, it doesn't have to be long, okay? And carry the feeling with you to the best of your abilities in the rest of your day. Now, the second part of the challenge, which is the mental diet part of the challenge, your mind is likely going to start giving you opposing thoughts here and there. You cannot avoid that, but that's fine. You might start getting doubts. Your mind might start telling you, oh, but the 3D reality is like this and this and this. It's probably going to try to drag you back into the old story. And that's normal because that's what your mind is experiencing right now. So remember, it's trying to protect you from the danger, what it perceives as a danger of going into the unknown and into your imagination. So what you want to do when that happens is you want to have a mantra in advance, 1 or 2 phrases that you can easily remember that actually summarizes what your desire is. Let's say that you are manifesting a specific person. And let's say that what you want to see manifested is that you two are in a loving, committed, happy relationship. Okay? So that is going to be your mantra. We are in a happy, loving, committed relationship. That's just an example. You pick your mantra. You pick what resonates with you. If it's money, for example, let's say you're manifesting $100,000 by the first of the year. You can say something like, I have $100,000 in my bank account. So every time your mind actually tries to give you doubts, or it actually tries to drag you back into the old story, or tell you, no, the 3D is actually this, you remember your mantra and you say, no, actually, we are now in a loving, happy, committed relationship. You want to be gentle. You don't want to battle your mind. Just gently, every time you get doubts, every time you get flashbacks and memories from the 3D or the old story, you just remind your mind, no, now we are in a happy, loving, committed relationship. No, now I have $100,000 in my bank account. And so on, whatever your mantra is. Like I said, make it short, make it 1 or 2 phrases. Something that is easy to remember on the spot. If you're a more visual person, you can, instead of having a mantra, do a very short visual scene. I would keep it to no more than 10 to 15 seconds because you don't want it to be very long. You want it to be something that you can easily come back to and you can easily repeat in your mind and just remember on the spot. So you can instead have a very short scene that implies your desire fulfilled. And whenever you get the doubts, whenever you get those flashbacks, those memories, those thoughts about the current 3D, you just very quickly come back to your visual, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, however long it is, and you calm your mind down that, no, this is now our story. And that's how I want you to go about every day in December. And I'm going to summarize that in a minute for you. But yes, that's what we're going to do. That's what the challenge is going to be. We're going to be saturating ourselves in the state of already being the person we want to be, the state of already having what we want to have, and at the same time, implement a very good mental diet. Whenever our mind doubts, whenever our mind reminds us of the 3D, we remind it back that no, our story is this now. Our story has now changed, and it's like that. So the good thing about doing this challenge, if you follow it, and if you follow the instructions that I just gave, and like I said, I'm going to summarize that again in a minute at the end of the video. If you follow that, you are going to experience one of 2 things. Either your desire is going to materialize in December or by the first of the year. So you are going to have your desire by the first of the year. If you don't yet have your desire by the first of the year, you will have formed an amazing habit. You will have started to train your brain to think in a different way. You will have started to trust your imagination day after day, saturating yourself in the state that you desire. And that is going to form an amazing habit. It's going to be impressing your subconscious day after day, day after day. And so even if your desire is not here by New Year's, it's still going to come probably, if you follow these instructions and if you follow these quite loyally, probably it's not going to be too long. So either you're going to have your desire by New Year's, or you're going to be very close to having it, because you are going to be forming a habit that if you sustain it, it's going to impress your subconscious properly and it's going to be pushed out and your desire is going to come. So to summarize the challenge, starting on the 1st of December and throughout the month, every day, I want you to pick one desire, become very clear on what exactly it is that you want to see manifest by the new year, and pick your method or combination of methods and do it 2 or 3 times a day for a few minutes at a time to saturate yourself into that state. Over and over again, twice a day, 3 times a day for a few minutes at a time, saturate yourself with your affirmations, with your inner conversations, your visuals, your scripting, whatever helps you most, and just start feeling like the person who is or has what your desire is. After you have done that, you try to carry that feeling along with you for the rest of the day. You try to continue to feel like the person who is or has what you want to have or be throughout the rest of your day. And when your mind decides to throw doubts at you, decides to throw 3D things and 3D issues at you and remind you of what the 3D might be, or whenever you might be getting triggers from the 3D itself, I want you to have a mantra, 1 or 2 phrases max, or a very, very short visual scene, if you prefer, 10 seconds, 15 seconds at most. And whenever you get the doubts, whenever you get the reminders of the 3D, remind your mind back very gently that no, this is now my reality. No, this is now my new story. And that is the challenge. I want you to do that and follow that every day in December. We're going to start on December 1st, but if you happen to see this video later, you can join us at any time. It doesn't matter. It's something that you can start any day, any moment. And I'm probably going to make a community post about it as well. So I want to encourage all of you to join the challenge. I'm going to be checking in with you periodically, probably once or twice a week. But I also want to encourage you to post in the comments of this video and of the community post that I'm going to make, to let us know how your progress is, how you're doing, any updates. Just let's keep each other motivated, let's keep each other accountable, and let's just commit to creating a new state for ourselves, creating a new, healthier, cleaner mental diet that is going to actually bring us our desires, because that is the only secret. That's all that we need. I hope many of you decide to join the challenge. I very much look forward to it, and I'm going to talk to you more in the comments.